Hey everybody, it's your pal Gab, and today starts a week called Children's Mental Health Awareness Week. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit because I think some of you know, some of you don't know, but your friend Gab deals with some mental health issues. Guys, there's nothing to be ashamed about, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. I deal with a few different types of mental health issues. I have been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, ADHD that is connected to my bipolar disorder. I'm a hypersensitive person. So what that basically means is I'm just very aware of my surroundings, and sometimes I get very overwhelmed by lots of things, by emotion, by sounds, by lights, I just get very overwhelmed very easily because I'm a hypersensitive person, and so those are some of my diagnoses. For people who don't really know what bipolar disorder is, it's kind of different for everybody. I mean, all human beings are their own individual person. Mine manifests in that I am very manic. You guys probably noticed that about me. I have a lot of energy. I'm always, my psychotherapist explains it like this. She's like, every human being has sort of a dial of energy, and most people are right, in the middle of the dial, This is the extreme, all the way up, middle, low. Some people are on the lower side. She's like, but you are like, you break the dial. You're all the way up all the time. I present differently than a lot of people with bipolar disorder. My depressions aren't quite like everybody else's. Mine are, they're still up, which is, it's like my brain is down, but my energy level's up, and it gets really, it's not great. It's not great. For me, like when I try to describe like what's going on inside of my head, like on a bad day, when I'm having one of my bad days, it's when like it's really loud inside of my head. Like a song will be playing in my head. Baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark. Then another song will start playing in my head. Like, and they're going like blah, blah, blah at the same time. And then on top of it, my brain's like, hey, did you pay your electric bill? Hey, did you make an appointment with your doctor? Hey, did you do this? Hey, did you do that? And then my brain just like overload. Days like that when my brain is insanely loud, I try to like not be around people. Like I try to just like hide out in the blanket fort, not be around people because it's a very overwhelming thing. That's something I deal with. I don't know if you guys can relate to that. If you can, please share with me. I think when it comes to like mental health, we do like when people share so that we're like, okay, I'm not all alone. This is great. Like I always have like a voice in my head that's like always telling me I should be better. I should do more, be better. And it can almost defeat me at times. Like I can get so overwhelmed with that kind of thinking that I do nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's almost like a sabotage of my brain. Anxiety has been rough, and I know I don't normally do videos like this that are kind of serious or kind of like, I don't know, just talking about this kind of stuff, but because it is Children's Mental Health Awareness Week, because I go through it, because I reach a lot of you at your schools and we talk about the anti-bully movement, I wanted to open it up here too, to have this dialogue. For me, being bullied on top of everything that I had going on made it worse. Like I think at times the bullying wouldn't have pushed me to a depression had I not already been kind of dealing with some mental stuff. And that's why I kind of always ask you guys to just sort of like, if you're having a bad day, please don't take it out on somebody else because you don't know what's going on with that person. You all have a different life. You all have a different home life. And to assume that like every kid at school has your situation at home, that's not the case, A lot of kids come from really difficult situations, and the last thing they need is you guys making it harder. And that's how I feel with kids who suffer from depression and anxiety and post-traumatic stress disorder and bipolar disorder. I want you guys to know, I see you, I hear you, I know the struggle is already hard, right? And then to add bullies in on top of it, it feels like, what's the point? But there is a point, and you've got to keep going. And the resources I want to say to you are, if you are being bullied, you have to advocate for yourself. So the first thing you do is you tell some grown-ups. And you tell grown-ups to believe you and listen to you and validate you. That's what you need to do. If you go to a grown-up and they're like, I don't believe you, that kid's nice, be like, no, okay, then you're not my grown-up. Go to another grown-up. Go to another grown-up. You have to advocate for yourself. As you get older, as you get a better understanding of yourself, as you get more confident in who you are, you can start to ignore the bullies. You really can. You're just going to be like, whatever. You're not going to care. You're not going to care. Because the truth is, the kids who are bullying are the kids who really need to be talking to the guidance counselors. There is something going on with these kids. They're making really negative choices. They're letting the meanness of the world be thrown out of them. Like, they're kids that are in pain, and those are kids that are suffering. So when you're being bullied, that kid needs a lot of work too, okay? So don't be like, oh, it's all me, there's something wrong with, no, No one should be mean. It's not right, okay? So they need help too. And also, I just also want to say there is no shame in getting help. If you are struggling, if you are feeling sad more often than glad, if you are always up like me, or if you're just always like, if anxiety is more than just you're nervous for a test, it's like you're nervous about everything, you need to talk to someone. Start with a guidance counselor, start with someone at home. If you do feel like you really need someone to talk to, there is no shame at all in seeing a therapist. I see a therapist every week, Tuesdays at 4. That's where your friend Gab is. If you have any questions or anything about mental health, I could do a mental health Q&A Friday, maybe. So if you guys have questions, like leave them on this video this week and then I can answer them. And I think you guys know all my social media, so feel free to ask questions on any of that. It is Children's Mental Health Awareness Week, and I want you guys to know that I support you and I care about you, and there's nothing wrong with you. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. And I'm sorry it's a little more serious today, but I feel like it kind of had to be. All right, I'm Gab, and I will make another video this week. I promise, more on the silly side of things. All right, have a great week, everybody. And yeah, mental health awareness, okay? It's important. Bye.